one could sing in a strange land or where there seems to be no God or anything like that, but that is all based on or theme on that. A person in exile weeps over the bitterness of captivity. Our sorrow can make it difficult to imagine singing joyful songs again. On the other hand, because of God's presence everywhere and answered prayers, God works out His plans for our lives and will bring us through the difficulties on our face. So at this moment, let us have a look at a teenager, because we are really energetic in the sense looking around the NAPAD sort of gathering, convocation. Young stars are really we are delighted to see them. And let us therefore have a quick study on someone who is a teenager. Whom do you think he is? As we base our studies on Genesis chapter 37 to 50. So the figure right there, the biblical figure, the person figure there is Joseph. He is one of the 12 sons, the most favorite of his father. Because of this, that he's a favorite of his father, he was hated by his brothers and sold to slave traders only to emerge or as a ruler of Egypt. As a youngster, Joseph was overconfident. Because of his being overconfident, the friction took place in between him and his elder brothers. Jacob's favorite son, and knowing of God's design for his life, all this became unbearable and conspired against him by his brothers. But his assurance, molded by pain and combined with personal knowledge of God, allowed him to survive and prosper where most would have failed. He added quiet wisdom to his confidence and won the hearts of everyone. He won the hearts of everyone he met. Potiphar, namely the jailer, the other prisoners, and the king, and after many years, even his 10 elder brothers. Perhaps you can identify with one or more of those hardships Joseph experienced. He was betrayed and deserted by his family, exposed to sexual temptation, and was punished for his doing the right thing. He endured a long imprisonment and was forgotten by those he held in prison. As you read his story, remember what Joseph did in his case. His positive response transformed each setback into a step forward. He did not spend much time asking why. His approach was, what shall I do now? Those who met Joseph, aware that wherever he went, whatever he did, God was with him. When you are facing a setback, the beginning of a Joseph-like attitude is to acknowledge that God is with you and me. There is nothing like His presence to set new lights on a dark situation. From Joseph's perspective, for Joseph's life story, by profession he was a shepherd, a slave, a convict, and finally a ruler. He rose in power from slave to ruler in Egypt. He was well known for his personal integrity. He was a man of spiritual sensitivity. He prepared a nation to survive a famine. Because of all this, he was confident in God, that God is with him. And the final word I'd like to mention is that we are landed in a new land where, as you read the bill. What do you have in the bill? In the dollar bill, U.S. dollar bill? We have, in God we trust. And that makes that principle, the principle of the founders of this nation was so sure that they put their trust in God. That makes America great. And we are in a great country. We are on our way to heaven en route United States. So, being members of the NAPAD, North American Pacific Asian Disciples, we urge ourselves to be law-abiding citizens of America. And in whatever manners the nation comes short of God's glory, we are responsible to uplift or help our fellow citizens in the United States. May God help us, each one of us, to do the same thing and be responsible. Let us be a responsible, law-abiding citizens in the United States of America. Thank you so much indeed.